We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy. I woke up one morning this week to find that Carlo had vanished. Usually, if he wakes up first, I find him on the sofa, scrolling through the latest comments, but he wasn't there. I checked the other bedrooms, the bathroom, and outside. There's an autumnal chill in the air first thing in the morning, and the grass is wet with dew. Where was Carlo? Had he gone for a swim? Was he on the garden bed? There was no trace of him anywhere, which could only mean one of two things. He'd been kidnapped by aliens or he'd gone down into the woods. I was going to have to go and see if he was down there. You coming? Tempo sei stato così?
No, una mezz'oretta.
Guardala. Vedelo.
Era un casino, non si capiva niente. Era messo molto peggio di come era l'anno scorso. Non c'erano gli alberi che salivano su, quindi c'era la luce, ma a terra un casino. Guarda come hanno ributtato tutti questi.
Ma tu, l'abbiamo detto che facevano questo.
Sì. Allora, questi sono i tronchi che ho tagliato l'anno scorso. Ho fatto anche un guaio perché questi li dovevo tagliare subito, adesso sono diventati più duri perché quando il legno si secca diventa più duro. Comunque, li taglio in pezzi, li metto qua dentro e li porto su perché tra un po' inizierà a diventare freddo, quindi abbiamo bisogno di legna.
Do you need help?
Ah sì, certo.
Okay.
O speravo che diceva, no amore, faccio tutto solo.
So we'll go for a dog walk afterwards, yeah?
Of course. I need to change.
All right, well, let's get this done.
Ok. Che vuoi da me? Qui c'è un altro poco. Altro pochettino. Aspetta, tieni là, tieni sopra.
Ma sei scemo?
Sei scemo. Sono completamente rotte, ma fanno davvero schifo queste route.
Dove l'hai prese da Davide?
Da Davide, erano nuove. Wow, sono completamente marci, fammi vedere quell'altro. Wow, questa è completamente andata. Adesso non lo so se si possono gonfiare, mi sembrano proprio rotte, quindi provo a gonfiarle e se no vado a comprare un altro paio di ruote.
If you're going to pick holes in how I'm doing the wood, then I'm not going to help anymore.
No, amore, tu mi devi aiutare, è solo che ovviamente non l'hai mai fatto queste cose.
You said it doesn't matter.
Ah, ok. Sì, è vero, ho detto così, però comunque c'è un senso da seguire, no?
And I'm following my sense.
Il tuo senso è che se tu continui così poi cadono giù. Dai, andiamo a fare la passeggiata, poi vado a comprare queste ruote.
Ok. We've been on the move so much these past 3 months and I'm craving a bit of stillness. Some time to settle, to slow down and to just be at home. Autumn in Tuscany feels like the perfect place to do that. The grass has turned green again after the summer heat, the grapevines are tinged with shades of red and gold, and the fields are dotted with round bales of hay. The sun is softer now, casting a warm golden hue over the afternoons, and the sunsets are spectacular. I've only just come back from the Azores and a few days in England, so there's plenty to catch up on. We use this walk as a bit of a business meeting, talking about what needs to be done, where we are with filming, and what we want to focus on next week. We're walking back to the car. Let me show you where the car is. So we're going to find it. There it is. We throw around new ideas, wonder what our viewers most enjoy, and make a few plans. Not every walk turns into a meeting, but every one of them is filled with conversation. It's where we talk best.
Abbiamo preso le ruote, abbiamo preso un tipo differente, questa è una ruota piena e questa è vuota.
Ok.
Però le devo adattare perché non sono esattamente la stessa misura.
Amen. I've left Carlo changing the tyres and fiddling with the woodshed, and I've made the excuse that I've got to come and make lunch. So I've changed because I just feel like every time I film, I'm always in like my messiest clothes. For example, yesterday we went and had lunch with Maria and Lorenzo and a couple of other people, and I had a really nice outfit on, didn't film anything, and I feel like you only ever see me when I'm dressed in like painting clothes or going for a dog walk clothes. So I thought I'd put on a skirt and top. And I'm going to cook some lunch, so I've got a lot of stuff in the fridge that needs to be used up. We've had friends staying for a few days and the fridge was really, really well stocked up, and now they've gone and the fridge is still very well stocked up. So I need to get through some of this stuff. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use some of that. And I'm going to use, we've got about 4 different types of tomatoes in here, which is ridiculous. So let's save those ones. Let's use some of these. I've got a vague idea of what I'm going to do, and it's going to be lots of different things. I'm going to roast some vegetables in the oven, some sweet potato and some red pepper and some red onion. Where's the red onion? Oh, my tummy's rumbling, I'm hungry. I'm going to cook some lentils. I've actually got lentils in a tin, so I don't really need to cook them, but they need to be warmed up. So I'm going to do lentils with red pepper, sweet potato and feta cheese, because there's some of that in the fridge. Then I'm going to try and do a Sicilian caponata, which might go horribly wrong, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm sure it'll still taste okay. So I'm going to use up this, some more tomatoes, pine nuts, raisins and olives, and maybe capers. I'll have to check the recipe. I've also got some fresh salmon, so I might cook some salmon as well. And if it's too much, we can just finish it off tonight or tomorrow. No, tonight we're going out for a meal with friends apparently, so tomorrow. It'll be fine tomorrow for lunch as well. So maybe I'll just make enough for 2 days. Caponata siciliano. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the other day we had this caponata, which Carlo absolutely loved. It was really nice. For me, it had a little bit too many raisins in it. It was a bit sweet. And all of the recipes that I've looked at don't have raisins in. So this must have been just like a twist on it. But it was from this shop that we have been recommended by a couple of people. And it's a Sicilian shop. And I haven't even been inside it because we went to it and there's a bar next door. And the original plan, we were going to go to the bar and get some desserts for Sunday lunch. And we bumped into a couple of friends outside the bar, and I ended up sitting there chatting with them while Carlo went off to this Sicilian shop to have a look and see what they sold. And he came back with a bag full of food, which we ate for lunch. So there was about 4. We had the arancini with zafferan, the Sicilian rice balls with saffron, and there was sort of like, how would I explain it? Roll-ups, but with like meatball inside, but with eggplant or kale around them. And then there was the caponata, and I can't remember, there was 4 or 5 different things we had. It was all really good. And then 2 little individual tiramisus, hands down one of the best tiramisus we've ever eaten. They were really good. But we want to take you back to the shop. We're hoping that they'll let us film there because I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but often we want to go and film something with other people. And a lot of Italians tend to be very, very shy when I'm filming. They don't want to be filmed. So I find it very hard. I'd love to be able to share so much more with you, like when we're out with people or when we're doing stuff in the gardens or people we meet on dog walks or shops we go to. But everybody is camera shy here. So we're going to give it a go. We'd love to take you into the Sicilian shop and show you what they've got. And I actually really want to go myself. And it's a great excuse to have a break from cooking as well. So we'll go back there in the next couple of days, hopefully, and see if we can take you in with us. So for now, I'm going to try and recreate that caponata that we had. It looks fairly similar to the melanzane a funghetti, which I've always cooked. And it's just with a few more ingredients. So it's the melanzane, which I'm going to cook first in olive oil for about 5 minutes until it's softened. Then I'm going to cook some onion, finely diced, and then I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes and let that cook, and a bit of tomato passata. And then I'm going to add the olives, capers, a bit of raisins and some pine nuts, and hopefully it'll all pull together. Just remembered I made my own capers and I haven't tried them yet, and they must be ready by now, so I'm going to stick some of them in it as well. Okay, so I've done the caponata and the vegetables are nearly ready, and looking at them, I think I've subconsciously made a meal for me, Carlo, Sky Nicola are back in Positano, so they're not going to be eating this meal. So it's quite a lot of food, and that's without the lentils and the salmon. So I'm going to leave the lentils because I don't think we need them. We'll have the salmon with the vegetables and the caponata, and there'll be leftovers for tomorrow as well. And now my biggest problem is going to be flagging down Carlo and letting him know that lunch is ready. I can hear that he's all the way down there. So I've recreated the caponata siciliana.
Ok.
But it's slightly different because that one was really sweet, wasn't it?
E c'erano due passi.
I know, there was a lot of raisins in it, so I put some in, but not too many. Also, the recipe says to put a big spoonful of sugar in it, and I haven't put sugar in it. I don't want sugar in it.
Ok.
So it's without sugar, and it's with less raisins, but I think it's still pretty good. Okay?
Adesso lo mangio e te lo dico. Alzala perché se non piove per adesso. Stava bene, adesso sta per morire, ti devo dire.
Cosa sta per morire?
Il gelsomino vicino all'albero di arancio, guarda come sta messo.
Ah, che è successo?
Quest'estate non è stato ingaffiato. Provato nel copo, perché senza la guarnizione non si trattiene, capisci? Ok? Allora vuoi dei suggerimenti per pranzo? Sky, allora, mamma ha fatto la caponata alla siciliana con melenzane, pinoli, uva passa, pomodoro, olive nere, che cos'altro? Manca qualcosa? Ed è buonissima. Poi ha fatto anche... Sì, poi ha fatto anche le patate... Come si chiamano? Quelle patate lunghe? Quelle americane?
Sweet potatoes.
Sì, come si chiamano? Amore?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato. Le patate normali, i peperoni con la feta. Buonissimo anche quello.
Buono.
Sì, ma ce l'hai queste cose nel frigo?
No.
E allora che suggerimento è? Sono come Olli e come Indy quando gli metti il cibo davanti.
Not everything we eat is healthy.
Yum,
Yum yum. Just one each, yeah?
Sì, solo uno. Che bravo, che bello odore.
Che devo fare?
Visto che ce l'hai la forbice, dopo taglia queste...
Questi?
Sì,
Culo. We drove to the coast one morning to a part of Tuscany we hadn't explored before. The road wound down through pine forests until we reached a quiet, sheltered bay, a small fishing harbour half asleep in the morning light. A few boats rocked gently on the water, and apart from the sound of the waves against the hulls, it was completely still. We clambered over the rocks along the shoreline, following the curve of the coast until we found another hidden beach. We sat for a while on a weathered driftwood trunk that had been washed in by a storm, our faces tilted towards the late morning sun.
Tu ti siedi là, io faccio pium!
The air smelt faintly of salt and wild herbs, and for a while we just listened to the sea, the wind, and nothing else. Later, we drove on to another town that Carlo had picked out on the map, piombino. We parked and wandered towards the water, stopping for lunch in a tiny trattoria tucked between narrow streets. I strolled through the seafront piazza while Carlo took a couple of phone calls, watching the ferries glide past on their way to Elba. We're always on the lookout for a seaside town that might one day rival Positano, a place to grow old by the water to watch the sunsets without climbing hundreds of steps, somewhere with that same magic but a little bit easier. That noise, I'm sure you can hear it, is a chimney sweep who has arrived to clean our chimney because there was a lot of smoke going into the room last year. It's probably never been done before. He's just pulled up in a Mercedes, not quite what I expected. Okay, I didn't really expect him to pull up with a horse and cart, but I expected at least a van with ladders on top. But he'd already asked us if we provide a ladder, if we've got our own ladder. A bit weird. You'd think a chimney sweep would have a ladder, but at least he's got the brush. He's got the proper, like, chimney sweep brush. There you are. So I'm editing the video, and when you're up on the roof with the chimney sweep, he asks you if it's windy here, and instead of saying yes, you say, is it windy here? Is that a new way of saying yes?
No, quello è un'affermazione come per dire, ma sì, certamente.
But,
non è solo sì.
Would you like to go for a walk? This just sounds very odd. Would you like a biscuit?
È il mio modo di dire, non è tipico di tutti gli italiani.
Is it Napolitan?
Sì, come per dire, a voglia.
Can you do it, please?
L'ho detto in quel modo.
Shall we go for a walk?
Oh my god.
Ma ci tira il vento qui?
Carlo is giving a hand.
No, non gli sto dando la mano, lo guardo da qui.
Indy, what are you doing up there?
Non c'ha paura dell'altezza lei.
No.
Cos'è che hai detto? Non ho capito.
Our strawberries that were perfect yesterday. We've got a cluster of 5 strawberries, and last night something's come along and eaten them.
Ah, le hanno mangiate?
I should have picked them yesterday.
E vabbè, devono mangiare anche gli animaletti, che dobbiamo fare?
Fate i video e poi li montate, eh?
Sì, sì, sì.
Io la monto.
Penso almeno non avrei più comodo.
Per essere più comodo, certo.
Non ci avevo pensato prima.
A cava dei Tirreni quante volte mi sono mangiato. Guarda qui.